All right, folks. We've got a mic here where any media that want to ask questions should just come over to the mic here so that the questions will also be heard when this gets uploaded to the website later. So any media with questions, just do it through the mic here.
Doug, how have you settled in?
Settled in great. This is everyone's been so nice to us, and Mark Henning was kind enough to let us ship into his barn, so you know, we're not without anything. The stalls were all set up. We got all the feed that we need, so everyone's feels right at home.
Could you just talk about what I'll Have Another did today and what you saw?
He looked great. You know, he did his normal. He went straight off, jogged like a half mile, and then galloped around a mile. And, you know, he, if any of you guys got a chance to see him, I think he's maintained his energy level and his stride, and he looked fantastic. So today was, according to the crew, the track was, you know, at its deepest and most tiring, so it was good to get him over that. And, you know, he recovered very quickly and drank very little bit of water before giving him a bath, so he's fit, and just, you know, we got to stay lucky and stay injury free, and we'll be in great shape.
I know you've been here before, but what are your impressions, your first impressions, even yesterday when you came out and saw the track?
Oh, it's huge. Yeah, it is. It's just such a beautiful facility, and the great thing too about Belmont, you got a beautiful mile training track, so you got options if for any reason we run into bad weather and they have to seal it and put up the dogs, we can always go to the train track. So we should be good to go to gallop right up to the race.
In the Triple Crown, you have to race 3 times in 5 weeks. Why does it seem like in an average horse, an old handicap horse, it takes one race every 6 months, every 6 weeks, whatever, you know? It takes. What is it about that you keep a horse together like this in this time?
Well, you know, I think we just got extremely blessed that he came out of the hopeful as a 2-year-old with sore shins, and we gave him a bunch of time, and then again, winning the Bob Lewis earlier this year, he was able to gather some more graded earnings, and we were able to give him 9 weeks before the next start. So I think a lot of us get into a situation where we might have a talented 3-year-old, but we're forced to chase graded money to try to get into the race, and by doing that, sometimes you squeeze them and you don't have the energy that you need to get these 3 races. So I think we've just been very fortunate that I'll Have Another's had some good spacing early on in his career, and now he's thriving and maturing and growing at the right time. What do we have planned for fun? Well, actually, we probably don't have to leave our house to have fun. Thanks to Paul and Zilla Redham, they rented us a place not too far from here that is just an absolute mansion. It's got a gate. Actually, ironically, it's got a gate that's got 3 horses on it. I mean, that's kind of a little eerie. And then, but you drive in, and it's like a football field front yard, and then it's just a mansion with, I think there's 7 bedrooms. All the guys got their own bedroom. There's a swimming pool. There's a basketball court. There's a tennis court. So we really don't need to leave the house to have an absolute wonderful time. Yeah. No, you know, I did ask someone about trying to get a ticket to Saturday Night Live, but I guess they're done. They're done with their production. So, but that would have been an absolute riot. Now I'm trying to get on Jimmy Fallon, get a ticket to Jimmy Fallon one way or another. So, if any of you guys know any of his connections, let me know. That guy just cracks me up, and the fact that his show is based out of here, and I heard he's a horse. He likes horses as well, so it'd be cool to get to see one of his shows.
Folks, as a reminder, please use the crowd mic here to ask the questions.
Doug, can you talk about the advantage of having the horse here? for this, for this amount of time, this length?
Yeah, I think anytime you can have your horse training where they're going to race, it's an advantage. So it's worked for us. We were at in Louisville for a week leading up to the race, and then we were at Pimlico for almost 2 weeks. So I think just having him here, having him settled in. He's such a classy horse that he probably could ship in the day of and be just fine. But I think there's, you're doing your horse a good service by having him at a place where he's going to run. Huh? Yeah. Well, maybe me. Actually, ironically, the guy who owns the house taped off a couple areas, and the master room was taped off. So, but all the rooms are all, I'm staying at a hotel, a really nice hotel, and in the room I'm staying in, every room in this house is equal to the room I'm staying in. So they're all living like kings, which they should be, the way they've worked their butt off here. And once the chores are done, they go there and have a wonderful time. So it's been great that Paul has really shown the guys how appreciate a lot of appreciation and as these guys are treating, I'll have another, and the rest of the horses we have here like kings. They're all getting treated like kings, so it's very cool.
Doug, you're throwing out another first pitch. You've been working on it?
I have been working on it, yep. Actually, I got plenty of room there. I could probably ask this guy who's a landlord to set up a batting cage or something. He probably would. The guy's been so cool. But, if all goes well, they've asked us the day before the Belmont to have Mario, Paul, and I to symbolize the Triple Crown, to have all three of us throw it out. And I thought I was had a phony phone call when I got called the other day, and they said Jessica Steinbrenner's on the phone. I'm like, oh, great. I got a friend named Mark who does phony phone calls all the time to me. So I figured, okay, Mark, what's going on? And she's like, no, this is really Jessica. And so she invited us, and what a huge honor that is, and that should be a blast.
Doug, for everything that's gone right in the preparation for these three races, has anything even gone wrong at all, if not these three races, even this year with this horse, even for one day?
God, knock on wood, it's been, I'll have had a little bout of skin disease back home prior to the Santa Anita Derby, just a little fungus thing. That was no big deal. No, he's been nothing but, it's been very smooth sailing, but I think a lot of it is the attention to detail that the whole crew has given him, and anytime we see anything, everyone's right on top of it, and that's been a huge help. So, now, so far, so good.
Doug, do you have his routine set for the next week and a half, or are you going to kind of play it by ear depending on how he comes out of these next few days?
Pretty much what you saw today is the game plan from here through the race. But nothing, we might school him in a paddock one day. We'll probably stand him in the gate one day. So there may be a couple of days where he does a little bit more, but for the most part, he'll have a good mile and a half exercise and just want to continue doing what got us here. And as long as we maintain his fitness and keep him happy and healthy, I feel very good that he'll be good to go.
Will you be nervous at all in the next few weeks?
I'll be excited. I think most trainers, we get nervous when our horses aren't in good spots. So, I'm just so proud of this horse, and it'd be like being a coach of a team where you got just an absolute stud player, and you just it definitely eases the nerves knowing that you've got a talented horse like I'll have another, and a talented rider like Mario who knows the horse so well. So that'll ease any nerves that I may have.
Anyone else? Or all right, thanks a lot,
Great,
Doug.
you got it. Thank you.